Welcome to Cygnet Academy for Administrators. How to add undefined users to Cygnet Cloud. We do that by going to an unstructured info hub. In Cygnet you will have both structured and unstructured templates which you can utilize. In this case I'll open up an unstructured info hub and you see a number of containers which have been placed there. You can rename these and work with these as you will, or you can add new general folders if you like. By doing a right mouse button on the info hub name, you could say new general folder, the name of the new folder. The system will refresh itself and you can actually then start adding rights, adding content and collaborating with other users. What you will see if I do a right mouse button, the rights, view, we see that this is only viewable to private users. Same goes for container 2, container 3. What we actually want to do is now set up a new right on these folders so that public users can get access. How do we do that? First we go to the info hub, we do a right mouse button, we go to the info hub wizard and we go to the users tab. Initially you'll see the internal. That will always be correct, as the owner and sub-owner are the only groups that will have access to the entire system. And the next will be user access. What we will see here is we'll see a number of user groups from our user directory, including public and family, which I currently don't have anything in at the moment. And on the right hand side we'll see the info hub, and you have two options: opening items up to the public or opening items up to family. Again, you can make subcategories as you please. So in this case I just found out I don't have a user group for public or family, so I'll first go back. I can close this and go back home, and as you saw in the create user for the defined users, we always need a user group to place the user in. So what we'll do is we'll go to the user directory, we'll go down to public, I'll do a right mouse button and say I want a new user group, and I have a classmate who I want to collaborate with on a number of items in one of my containers. So I can then close this, it'll refresh itself and we actually see that the new group is created. We can then go home, we can go to our unstructured info hub, do a right mouse button, and in the info hub wizard, as I showed you a minute ago, we go to users, user access. And if I then go down to public, you'll see that I have an option, classmate. I can then add these to my public folder in my info hub. So what do we have now? We have a user group that we created in the user directory and we've linked them into the public folder of the info hub. We can then save this, but however, we're not done. We then need to define what the user can see within the info hub. So we go down into the container, we can do a right mouse button, we go to rights, view, and modify. On the left hand side we'll then see we have the private, the public and the family, and on the right hand side we'll see that currently private is the only one that has access. If we then open up the public folder, we'll see that classmate is also in there. We can drag them from the left to the right, and now classmate will have access to this. We can then finish and close, go back home, and all the users that you now place into the user group classmate will automatically have access to the unstructured info hub and then access to only container 1. The rest of the containers you can then utilize as you please. For example, container 2 I only want to share and will only share with family, and that's all family members because I will be uploading my vacation photos. Now when I'm finished, I'll press finish, I will close the window, and we will now see that family have access to container 2. And you can continue and manipulate this as you please, and once you add content, once those users log in, they will be able to see the information. You now know how to create an undefined user in Cygnet. This was Cygnet Academy for Administrators.